Hey guys, how we doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Bitcoin evening update. So we will go straight over to those charts. So yeah, we're talking about that 4 hour 9 this morning. It obviously wasn't able to close as a 9 candle because it rallied up too much. It was obviously a 9 when we were watching it this morning. But now is a green one, and we started a green count. So yeah, it was a great buy at support. Yeah, it was a great buy at support with the stock markets rallying. So we had the TD9 on the 4 hour. We had the support level, and then we had the stock market rallying as well. So yeah, that was a good buying trade. It's a good trade. Hope some of you guys got in on that one. Also got in on Elrond actually whilst we're talking about it. Whilst we're talking about gains. Elrond was on the list, on the buy list that we did. Well, it'll be a couple of weeks ago on Monday, so we'll update that on Monday. But Elrond, yeah, good big day up. I think it's up about 47% here. In fact, here it is. I was looking at biggest losers. Dogecoin obviously had a big day up. But Elrond, yeah, 47%. Look at that. What a move. What a move. But anyway, we'll update our altcoin chart, our altcoin sheet. Our 30 picks. Actually, it's 27 now because we dropped some. But yeah, we'll have a look at that on Monday. Anyway, so yeah, so back to the matter at hand. So what does it look like we're doing here? So we obviously tested this support. We rallied. I mean, I will be honest, it's not looking the best. We had a massive and epic rally in the stock market from its lows, and this is all really Bitcoin's managed to muster whilst being on a 4 hour 9 and being at a support level where you would hopefully expect us to, well, not have a lot of resistance above where we are until we get to obviously the resistance level. So it doesn't look good, but it may just be a case of I don't know, I'm just trying to put a positive spin on it, aren't I? It may just be a case of like rotation around assets. I mean, Bitcoin will have its go. People are concentrated in other things, other risk assets at the moment, such as Tesla, for example. But yeah, maybe what I get the impression that Bitcoin just wants to get down to this level, to test the liquidity down at this level. And when I say Bitcoin wants to, I obviously don't mean Bitcoin itself. It doesn't have a mind of its own. It may have a mind of its own. It may have artificial intelligence. You never know. You never know what's in that code that we don't understand. I mean, we don't necessarily know where it came from, so we can't necessarily pretend we can understand everything that's in it. But anyway, that's a whole different subject. But yeah, it is looking like when you get these squeeze out the top of the channels and come back down. I mean, like you almost have to come down to test the bottom. It's just the rules. It's just the rules, guys. And when I say you almost have to, I mean probably like 75% of the times you will. And obviously we know that coincides with the bottom of our box. Getting to the bottom of this box, taking out all these lows here, wicking down, taking out these lows. I mean, it will be an epic drop to take out these lows, but maybe we will get some. I'm just thinking of hypothetical scenarios. Maybe we'll get like some something that shocks the stock markets, even if it's just for a day or two. That will probably be enough to get us down here, but it feels to me so right, anyway, back to what I was saying. So Bitcoin doesn't have a mind of its own, but the market makers, the people that run this market, the whales, the manipulators, we want to call them manipulators if we want, they're just traders like everybody else trying to maneuver their positions. They just happen to be bigger traders, so they can move the market. So yeah, we can call them manipulators if we want, but they're part of the market. If they weren't there, it would be a lot more wild. But anyway, those guys, I think they want to get us down to here, and they want to basically test this liquidity down here to fill their boots. Basically, it's how big traders work, and the biggest traders are going to be wanting to take this liquidity pool. The market makers are going to be wanting to push us down, get to here, get to a lot of people to puke their positions. Sell their longs, sell their crypto. They will buy into that absolute madness that will go along if we just wick or break below here, and then I actually believe we will then get a big push up. once they filled their boots. At the moment, you can't really say the people that want to fill their boots have filled their boots at just in this range. I mean, it obviously does look like Wyckoff. It could be, well, it doesn't. It could be Wyckoff accumulation or distribution. It looks like one of the two, so it could be Wyckoff accumulation. But still, we can still get a push down, squeeze this level, and then get some more liquidity. So that's what it feels like, and it just seems. I don't like making predictions of we're going to go down first to here and then back up again, because it's hard enough to predict where we're going to go right from here, let alone the direction, the place we're going to stop, and then the direction after that we're going to turn around. I mean, it's pointless. But just looking at this market as a whole, this is what I think they want to do. And I've traded markets for long enough to kind of like you have to think what everyone else is doing, and I'm pretty sure this is what these guys are going to be thinking. I've seen these channels before, these where you obviously once you break the top, you have to come to the bottom. Once you break the top, you have to come to the bottom. Once you break the top, you have to come to the bottom. Once you break the top, you have to, well, there we go. We'll see what happens, won't we? So it is what it is with these patterns. Obviously, if we break the top and we keep going, that's fine. We can keep going. We're out of the pattern, and it's done. It's done and dusted. But when you break out the pattern and you come back into the pattern, that's what I mean by when you break it, you have to basically come down. So yeah, we've got that. We have got that. But we could buck that general trend, because we've got this support. We've got the strong stock market. I mean, we could just get squeezed out of this trend line. Squeezed out, but I would worry about it starting to look like a head and shoulders, and obviously we know what happens with head and shoulders, but that would only really give it a targeted move of probably just below this level, which then could trigger the move down to the bottom of here, which could then trigger some selling, and then it will be a bull market from then on. maybe. But yeah, a lot of this is predicated on what the stock market does, because we do know we are loosely following the stock market, because obviously we're not really going up with the stock market at the moment. But yeah, we are loosely following the direction of the stock market. So I believe if the stock market does keep rallying like it is doing over next week, then the problem is we're in earnings season. Earnings season is when companies actually have to report reality. The ones that choose to report reality, the ones that choose to obviously withdraw guidance, don't report reality, and then a lot of them will just be like, well, 2021 we predicted we'll be back to this, and they just want to draw a line from here to 2021 and then be like, yep, that's, and forget the fact that they may not last until 2021. But anyway, so we've got earnings season, so we can have shocks to these stock markets, and by shocks though, we've obviously got a lot of buying, and they've got a strong trend. So I do think any pullback in the stock markets is short-lived, as we've seen on not on Molecular Partners. Let's ignore this guy. Let's go to the Nasdaq. Any pullback, buying opportunity. I mean, if we want to look at this is not real time. This is obviously just me hiding it at the side of the screen, but look, so we have a nasty pullback looking like we could come down, and we go back up. Then we have another little pullback, we go back up. We have another little pullback, we go back up. We have another little pullback, we go back up. And so you can see where I'm going with this, but we have got this daily 9 coming up. So are we going to have one of our another little pullbacks, even if it just brings us down round to this bottom of the trend line, which it could be anyway. It could be anywhere between 10,400 10,500, but that's still a 300 to 400 dollar move in the Nas coin. So that will certainly weigh on Bitcoin. That will get Bitcoin, I believe, down to this area. And then we can just get this done out our system, out Bitcoin system, out the market maker system. They can fill all the Bitcoins they want, and then we can all just enjoy the ride up to 30k. Jobs are good, isn't it? Sounds like a plan. And we know that expression, don't we? The best laid plans are the ones, obviously, that don't really work out. But anyway, that's what I'm seeing here. Obviously we can break out of here anyway, break above here and move upwards. If we do that, that's fine. Realistically we've got a really nice level to look at now. It is here. We take out this level, take out this high, because look, we've got high, lower high. I don't know why I said high like that. High, lower high, lower high. This is the lower high here for the time being. So if we take out that lower high now, after obviously putting what would be a higher low relative to, I guess, here, here and here, then obviously that is the high low, so it's not relative to itself. Then yeah, that could give us the leg up that could get us through this. Obviously if we take out this high, and then yeah, get us up to here. But I believe that we would get, I mean, I'll say this time again, I believe we'll get up to here, and we should get through it okay this time, because we'll be well out of this trend line. We'll be looking bullish, and stock markets will probably be at 4,000 for the S&P, and we'll be on our merry way. But yeah, so at some point though, this is gonna have to make a move. This is my thinking. This is going up at some point. It is going up. It is a case of, is it just gonna eventually just go up from here, or does it want to come and tap down here, tap that liquidity, and then move up? And we've all traded Bitcoin long enough. No matter how long you've traded it, you've probably traded it long enough to know that Bitcoin likes to have its fake wick moves in the opposite direction before it then before it then goes in the direction it's ultimately going to go. So that is just leading me to think we are going to get the wick down. We've obviously got the weekly Stokes too. These weekly Stokes, in fact, we'll have to look at the Stokes. The weekly Stokes won't turn up again unless we get over about 10k. So this is in no real danger at the moment of going back up until we basically break up anyway, basically. So yeah, so unless we so what I'm saying though is that we can obviously stay weak, go down sub 9k, get to 8,600, maybe wick below 8,600, then regain 8,600, and then play that area for a little bit, and then move back up again. During that time, weekly Stokes will do this, come down a bit, and then it can then quite likely turn around. And as you can see, that would line up with a trend line there. That would line up with behavior of weekly Stokes in the past, which obviously this is the only data we've got just because of I'm using BitMEX. It is typical of how the weekly Stokes works. I mean, if I drew something like if I drew around this pattern or cut it and tried to paste it over here, which I'm not graphically proficient enough to do that, then you could see that initial move. Well, you can see this is probably this move, first one, and the second move come down to about here. So yeah, if we get a move down to 8,600, and maybe wick below, then weekly Stokes may come down to about here, and then we can then turn around, and there we go. I mean, if we want to see what happened, oh god, if you want to see what happened at these points, obviously when this was going on, Bitcoin was basically going to 20k. It is here, look, this is it, obviously not scrunched up as much. If we scrunch it up, you can kind of see this is the move we probably had now, this one here, and we are now looking at this, at making this move where we'll come down to around here, which I mean, it coincides with a move. Let's have a look. Oh, I'm probably not. Yeah, it does. It is here. It coincides with well, yeah, look, this move here, which was basically a move from 11, say, call it 1200 to 700, which is absolutely right. You might not look at it in the overall trend and think it's bad, but obviously that's nearly a 40% move. But if you just look at the overall trend, nothing to worry about, guys. This is great. This is great. We are going to 20k. But yeah, still that is a 40% move. So 40% move from here. Well, I'll draw it from basically the top where the weekly Stokes topped out. So it was about here. So I've drawn this before. I don't really want to. I don't want to be a negative Nancy, but yeah, it brings us down quite low, quite a lot lower than I'm actually looking for, in all fairness. So, but this weekly Stokes is already on the move down. So yeah, it's already on the move down. So we can see we could probably get to about here without having to be at sub 6k Bitcoin. Anyway, so I feel like I've waffled on along a bit too long. Can't really talk today. I've spoken a bit too long about what I'm kind of looking at here. But I mean, I'm thinking at the bare minimum, before we go bull, we have to basically, the market makers, the whales, they want some of this sweet $8,600 Bitcoin. I do know someone's been saying about all the bids or orders. Someone a week ago or something was talking about all the orders down here. People want to get filled down here. And to get their orders filled down here, they've got to push this price down to where their orders are. So there you go. That's basically what they want. They want Bitcoin at this level. So those guys don't want to be chasing, because if we just go bull now, everyone's going to start buying. You're going to buy, I'm going to buy, we're going to buy more, we're going to get more on leverage, we're going to buy more, and they are then going to have to then come in and buy, and they're going to have all sorts of slippage, buying all the way up to probably 12,000 before they've got their fill of their Bitcoin, and then they're basically trading a move to 20k from like an average price of say 11,000. Whereas realistically could have all their profit, all their trading at like an average price of $8,600, and then they could also then be throwing more money at it, just wiping the market out, bids, offers out to then drive us all the way up to 30k. So yeah, just something to think about there, guys. But anyway, so right, there's my thoughts. But yeah, thanks for listening. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. But yeah, I will speak to you guys in the morning.